And we're back. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the StormCast, the world's best podcast. We're live on YouTube and Twitter. Wherever you're watching from, big shout out to you. Before we kick things off, because today's episode is going to be fire, let me give a quick sound check and make sure everything's sounding good. All right, we're sounding good, folks. All right, so today we got a special guest here on the Stormcast, someone who understands the grind, the fight, and the lifestyle on a level few people ever will. All right, so he's a fellow wheelchair user, a fighter through adversity, and a guy who's pushing through and forward in life despite the storms. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Wayne DeMarco. If I can add him here. Welcome, Wayne. What's going
Hey,
on, man?
what's up, man? That was the most awesome intro I think I've ever had in my life.
There you go. Is this your first podcast?
Yeah, man, actually.
Okay.
Excuse me, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. This sounds good. You sound good. So Wayne, what's up, brother? Glad to have you on here, man.
Not too much, man. How you been?
I'm all right, man. Thanks for asking.
Me too, man.
We've been talking a little bit here before the pod started. You let me know that you're in Delaware.
Yes, sir.
Not too many people from Delaware, you know, that I've met. So that's interesting. Um, you said that there's snow going on. It's already cold up there. I bet that's not good for us wheelchair users, man.
No way, dude. It's the
Yeah,
exact opposite of what I'm feeling. I need to be in like tropical weather, preferably.
yeah, man, for sure. So all right, Wayne, let's break the ice for people who might not know your story yet. So, like, how did your injury happen?
So, I had my injury. This is going to be 10 years ago, actually. This January, it'll be 10 years. So, I was out being an idiot with my friends. It was New Year's Eve. I was first time being 21, bouncing around at the bars, and wound up driving myself home after too much and crashed my vehicle. Um, Luckily, I only injured myself. Um, I was ejected from my rear window. Um, I landed 5 lanes of traffic over. There happened to be an ambulance right behind me. He stopped and saved my life. I'm actually friends with the guy now. This all resulted in me becoming a C4 quadriplegic. Um, I was ventilator dependent for about 4 months. Um, had the feeding tube, the trach, all that. Luckily, I was able to get off most of it. Um, Still C4 quad. I got a lot of use in my arms, luckily. Um, it's been a long journey though. A lot of therapy, you know, the grind yourself.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
Relearn how to eat, drink, all that stuff, man. Definitely been a ride.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's hard, definitely, mentally, physically, after a spinal cord injury. What was the hardest part for you after your injury?
You know what? Probably happen to be around so many people so much. I'm kind of a loner. So like now you need somebody around to help you all the time, which is not a bad thing. I'm very grateful to have people around. I'm lucky to. Some people don't get that, but it's definitely an adjustment.
Yeah, being an independent person, you got to learn to, you know, have people around and ask for things and, rely on others for a lot of your daily living tasks and needs and things like that. Yeah, I definitely understand that. Being an independent person and then losing some of that independence. what that feels like. Was there a moment when you realized, all right, this is my new life and it's time to adapt?
Um, yeah, I would say like right away. Like I don't know, something in me knew. And I just felt like, man, I got a second chance. I got to make this count, you know? So I started to give it my all, even though the statistics for like, you're going to be on a vent forever. You're never going to be able to eat again. You might not move your arms, you know, but you got to keep trying anyway. You
Okay,
know,
so you were on a vent for how long after your injury?
so from January 2016 to about middle of April 2016.
Wow. So
Yeah,
that's a lot longer than most people have to stay on a vent. So did you have to so you had the trach and then you had to get the trach out and then you were on a vent afterwards for a while?
nah, once I got so how it works is you keep the trach even when you're off the vent, just in case you might have to go on, you know? So basically they wean you off. You get this thing called a passing air valve, and it allows you to breathe in, but it doesn't push air out. So it's something you start to use to get your voice back. And then after a while, they just cap it off all the way. And once they do that, you're eligible to get it removed.
Okay, so you're coming up on 10 years now in
Yes,
January. In January, 10 years.
yes, sir.
Okay, so that's a big milestone right there. I actually just hit 10 years myself, and
Oh, no way.
yeah, so mine actually happened in 2015, so like a year before you. So we're around the same, time frame, and same injury as well. I'm
Yeah.
C4-5 as well, so got a lot in common there. So was there a belief that you had before your injury that totally shifted afterward?
Yeah, probably just taking more responsibility for my life, taking more, you know, acting more like my age. You know what I mean? Time to grow up and figure stuff out. No more time to play around.
Absolutely. What has helped you like stay grounded after this injury?
Mainly my family, man. They've been there every step of the way. Like my mom's been right by my side. That's what I live with actually. Um, yeah, pretty much the whole journey. My family been right there. When I don't have caregivers, they're the ones there. They're always pushing me to do better, you know, helping me get to the next step, whether it's appointments, things like this, just boosting your spirit every day, not letting you sit down and feel sorry for yourself.
Absolutely. If you could go back to the day before your injury, what would you tell yourself?
That's a good question. Stop being a knucklehead, man.
Yeah.
As fun
Okay.
as it was, stop being a knucklehead, man.
So do you think like this injury has revealed to you who you really are or created a new version of yourself?
Help me find out really who I was. You
Yeah,
think you are. But when you don't have a lot of influence and you're alone, you really become who you are, in my opinion. Not so much who you're around.
absolutely. You get a lot of alone time and time to think, you know. What's one thing nobody warned you about being, a quad, and how is it, that hits you the hardest?
Probably the lack of people's knowledge about it. Um, Everywhere I go, I feel like I gotta teach people how to take care of me, even the ER. It's a little bit scary.
Yeah. So do you have caregivers daily or like every now and then, or what's your setup like?
So I'm very similar to what I've seen your YouTube videos. Um, Similar to you, man. Like every day, we almost do like a very close routine. So I get people I have a nurse come in at 7 a.m. till about 1 p.m. and they handle like bowel care, catheter care, um, shower me, help me get dressed, set me up to eat, things like that. Prepare my medication.
Okay. So do you have like what type of medication and like that are you on?
Well, I also want to have somebody come to my house from like 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. to put me in bed and kind of do the reverse routine.
Okay.
Yeah, that part too. So could you ask that again? Your last question. Medication, right? You said.
Yeah, like what type of meds are you taking currently?
Yeah, right now I take a lot of gabapentin. Um, I have something called a baclofen pump. That's like all the time. Baclofen. I still take oral baclofen. Um, just in the morning and at night. I used to take so much of it that like I would just sleep all day. It was terrible, dude. I thank God I found the pump.
Okay.
I do like
Um so
pleasure.
you, so pretty bad spasms?
Yeah, dude. Out of
Yeah.
control at first.
Have you
I
ever tried like my bad to cut you off. Have you ever tried like marijuana or CBD or anything like alternative?
heck yeah, dude. I'm cruising right now as we speak. That
Cool.
stuff works the best for me.
Yeah, that tends to work for my spasms as well. I completely got off baclofen and all medicines, and I kind of just went natural, and that helps out a lot, you know.
Hell yeah, dude. I've been able to like cut my medication in half. I used to take 40 milligrams of baclofen 4 times a day, and that would just like slump me out, dude. It was so bad. I fell asleep chewing food. Like it was just a mess, dude. And the spasms were so bad. I like kicked my mom in the mouth while she was doing my care. She had to get like a root canal and everything
Wow.
out of pocket, dude. I wish I could take credit for it, but like that was not me, dude. I just looked at her like, whoa, and she looked at me like, whoa, and we were both,
Yeah.
holy shit. Sorry, I don't mean to cuss, but
No,
yeah,
you say whatever you want here on the Stormcast, you know.
yeah, but that was definitely a moment like we were both shocked that it happened, and that's really hard to adjust to. Like you look at your body moving, and you're like, why can't I do that? It's strange.
Yeah, it's definitely wild, like not being able to control your body after years of, being, independent with your body and doing whatever you want with it. And then now you're kind of subject to what your body wants to do, you know?
Yeah, dude. Like I used to be an athlete. I played ice hockey a lot. The travel team for my state. Um, I was really into skateboarding all the time, all kind of stuff. So like, it's a big adjustment. You got to find other stuff to do. Like, I don't know. I'm really into sports now. I like to watch, and that's pretty much what I do in my free time.
Okay. So continuing on with like your daily routine and things like that, what's some adaptive tech that you use now?
Nice. I can show you a few things. Um, so I have the Alexa Cube, and when I say Alexa, lights on, boom, I got that up in here. Uh,
Nice.
it does my TV. You can probably see me better. My bad. Um, it can do my fan, so as a quad, we can't control our temperature. At night, you need that. Um, have it set up to control my thermostat. Um, I have something. It's called Open Sesame, and when I click a button, like I carry it around with me all day. I click it and it opens my door, so I can go in and out my house.
Nice. Nice. That's gonna help a lot of people out, learning what type of tools they can use, after injury, and first thing after an injury, a lot of people are wondering, am I ever gonna be independent? Am I ever gonna be able to, live on my own? And things like that definitely, is a good way to hack, this life that we live.
Um, I'm sure you've seen those quad tools things. So I have two of those,
Okay.
and they're like the little gadgets. They're like a claw that you activate with wrist function.
Yeah. Okay. Um. So, what are some mental habits that keep you focused and keep you positive daily?
Um, just trying to not let anything like nothing that's really gonna like bother me too much. You know what I mean? I don't let little things get in the way, like, oh, I dropped this or I got something on this today. Um, you know what I mean? Little stuff like that. Don't like sit in sorrow. So
Absolutely.
whether you're a quad or not, you're gonna run into trouble. So you might as well just be prepared for it.
So, do you think people without injuries waste their potential?
Some people do, me included. I didn't know exactly what was going to be going on in the future. So you got to take advantage of right now. That's like the big lesson, I guess. You never know what your future holds. Don't save it for later. Get started right now.
That's true. Live in the moment. I agree. Let's dive into some relationships and family. I know you talked about family playing a huge role in your life now. How have your relationships changed since your injury?
Um, with my immediate family, we're a lot closer. Um, much closer. I don't know how to explain it, but we're just like a unit now. It's hard to, even though bad things happen, like we might go to the hospital. Either one of us, like my mom just had to go, but we're strong. We try to like operate as a unit, keep everything as organized and structured as possible, and don't fold with like emotion, even though things are scary sometimes.
Absolutely. What's the hardest part of holding down a relationship now, or maybe even dating now after injury?
Yeah, it's difficult, bro. We got a lot less to bring to the table. You know what I mean, physically, But yeah, I have dated since, and it's not nothing you can't do. It's still doable. Um, it's just a matter of like who you choose. You got to be really upfront right away. Let them know what they're in for. Try to at least. Most people you could tell, but once they actually see, it's different.
Yeah, it's harder, but it can be done.
Yeah, definitely manageable.
You think our vulnerability is a strength or a weakness for you now?
Probably a strength. Just lets you be more open, and you're not so like shy about things. You know what I mean? If you could
Yeah.
talk about that stuff with anybody, then like what else can really like break you?
Yeah, I agree. Like, they have to see the the ins and outs of your daily life, the bowel care, the bladder care, all that. So there's nothing to be shy of anymore. Everything's out in the open right from the
Yeah,
beginning.
like it is. Everything is what it is, dude. It's either like you're there or you're not. At that point, I got nothing to hide. Check it out if you want. And like, dude, I've had so many caregivers. I really just am not shy about anything no more.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Do you feel like your injury gave you a purpose that you haven't had previous?
Yeah, definitely like it. I like doing stuff like this with other quads. Like I talk to a lot of people, in my DMs and stuff that are from all over. Like I got a good friend in Nevada that's a quad. He's really cool. I got friends from Florida, all over the place, man. And you from Carolina, like people from PA. You just talk to a lot of people and you just share your story. You know, you look at each other's situations and build from it.
Yeah, there's definitely a big spinal cord injury community online.
I like that though. That's you learn a lot. Like I definitely learned a lot straight from YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. Where do you stand with spirituality or faith now? And did it change since your injury?
I guess I consider myself a Christian, but like, mm, not so much. Like, I feel like, I don't know, I'm the kind of person that feels like you can talk to God no matter where you're at. Like, I pray every night. I don't necessarily go to church every week, but I'm very close to God. I pray every day. I'm very thankful for my situation. I thank God for my second chance. I'm probably on like my third or fourth chance, matter of fact. I died a few times in the hospital and I'm still here. So, you got to be thankful for everything, dude. And speak to God wherever you are.
So, yeah, absolutely. Faith is like a big anchor in my life now.
Definitely.
Um, keeping God first, and I think that people should at least find a higher purpose. Something that they can you know look forward to every day, and relate. Just keep their spirit strong, and you know keep a purpose in their life.
Bro. I 100% agree with you, man.
What advice would you give someone newly injured, or you know about if they feel hopeless? Like, what would you tell them?
Well, I would say, so right after I'm going to add this part to my story too. So, like I told you, I got hospitalized in January, right? And I went to my rehabilitation. I spent 46 days in the ICU, and I spent probably 6 months at a place called McGee Rehabilitation. It's in Philadelphia. And basically, their advice, this is the advice I'm going to give. Um, Really, the first 2 years are like the roughest. That's where you rough it out and learn how it's going to be. You might be in the hospital a few times, but you just got to like take it on the chin and learn from it. Like the first few years, I had pneumonia a bunch. I had to learn to practice breathing more, the spirometer stuff and all that. Um, I had a lot of UTIs. I had to get, I changed from like your typical catheter to the suprapubic. And I had to change my drinking habits a lot. So like I drank a lot of water, but you learn that from your mistakes. Like the first 2 years were rough, but you got to learn from it.
Yeah, the first couple years after injury is definitely rough. Learning your routine, learning what your body needs, and what works for you, individually, because it's different for each person.
And like, dude, I gained a lot of weight off the rip.
Mhm.
I gained like 50 pounds, and like I just had to realize I don't run around like I used to or move. So like I don't burn the calories. I can't have the same kind of diet. You know what I mean? That was a big change I had to make too.
That's interesting. I lost a lot of weight after my injury, so it's different for each person. See, that's just how it is. Each
Well, no,
person, you
so
know.
like check this out. I lost a lot of weight too, but so since I had just come off the feeding tube, it was kind of like a double whammy. So I just got home. I'm hype about being around all this new food. Just got able to eat again, and I just like packed on 50 pounds just like that because I'm eating like Mike and Ike's, all type of nonsense instead of like good food. I had to learn that like you can't just eat anything. Now, like if I'm snacking, it's almonds or something good. I gotta change my whole diet.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I used to be like, I would eat anything, dude. When I got in my car crash, I was like 135 pounds, and I used to have a terrible diet. You know what I mean? But it didn't affect me because I moved around so much.
Is there anything that you appreciate now that you didn't care for before?
Yeah, life in general, dude. Um, just the little things. I like to just laugh and little funny moments. You know what I mean? I don't go like I don't know. The little things excite me now. I'm happy to just live a normal day. That makes me the most happy. I don't have to be like out and about, doing the best, craziest thing. I'm cool at the house, chilling. A chill day is a good day. If I don't have to go to the hospital or nothing, or deal with some nonsense, I'm happy.
Okay. So we spoke a little bit about, you enjoy sports. Let's get into some more hobbies, your passions, and your hobbies and whatever else gets you hyped. Like what type of hobbies keep you entertained now? Like gaming, music. You said you're into sports.
Yeah, man, definitely. I'm always listening to some kind of music like all the time. Um, Definitely, I keep track of sports, dude. I just started like getting into fantasy football. Um, just like little things here and there. I don't have like nothing crazy as a hobby. It's a boring life being quiet, dude. Uh, I'm trying to find stuff to do all the time. Um, Me and my friend will go to the casino sometimes. Um, but I like just going to ride around or little things like that. Going to like nature places and just chilling, man.
Okay, it's fantasy football. I'm also big into fantasy. So I might have to, have you on the league next year. But
Yeah. Yo,
warning, I'm pretty good, man. I've been killing it this year. So
for real.
yeah. Well, we'll definitely have to, have you in the league next year for sure.
Dude, I was in first to like last week, and now I just been tanking. Well, it was 2 weeks ago, matter of fact. But yeah, man,
Well, you should be in the playoffs. If you should be in the playoffs.
in the playoffs, I'm just worried about all these injuries, bro. My whole team is like more crippled than me, man.
Yeah. If you could train with any athlete, who would it be?
Baker Mayfield.
Baker. Shout out to Baker.
Shout out to Baker, right? Yeah, man,
Baker.
I'm a Bucks fan for some reason. I'm not even from there, but as a child, I picked them. I've been loyal ever since. They've been breaking my heart because they're terrible.
Yeah, rough, but they've had a couple good years recently with Tom Brady, and they had a Super Bowl run recently.
Dude,
Doing a lot better than my Raiders. I'll tell you that.
oh, you like the Raiders? Nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm a Raiders fan, but
The Brady's the owner over there now. That's crazy.
yeah. So, what are some of your favorite shows, movies?
Hmm. Well, my favorite movie would have to be probably Talladega Nights with like Will Ferrell. And anything with Will Ferrell, like I love, dude. Anything comedy. Um, who's the other guy? Danny McBride is funny. I don't know. I just like comedy movies. Um, Step Brothers type stuff.
Nice, classic. Okay, so let's transition into some of your activities daily, staying active. Are you into any adaptive sports? Have you ever tried adaptive sports, or how do you stay physically fit?
So like I got a few offers to do that, but like the people that um were wanting me to do it, they're in Philadelphia, and like I said, it's like an hour away. It's kind of hard to get rides places. I'm sure you know the same. Um, so I don't want to like be a burden about it. But to keep fit, I have something. I'm sure you might have used it, like a FES stim bike.
Yep, I was just on
Uh,
it before this.
Yep, I got me one of those bad boys. Yeah. So I'm doing that at least like twice a week, and then what do I have? There's what are they called? Active hands. You know the straps for your hands.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They give you a grip when you can't grip things. For people who don't know, um, so I strap weights in. I'll be lifting like 5 pound weights just to get some like strength here and there, a little activity. But I like to do my legs and arms on the FES stim bike.
Okay. If you had a cyborg upgrade option, what limb or ability are you enhancing?
Um, Probably like my right arm, maybe just to gain function. I would just be able to. Right now, I don't have active grip. I use tenodesis to grab things. So I can grab some stuff kinda, but it's not the best. I would want full function of like my arm, at least one arm. I feel like I'll be able to do so much.
Yeah, and I feel like that's coming soon. We're gonna be integrated with robots here soon, and it's only a matter of time before we can upgrade ourselves and do crazy stuff that we never thought was possible. With technology, constantly evolving, getting better.
Would you try that Neuralink thing?
I was talking with Neuralink for a little bit,
Are you
and I was in the process of getting one. But I think I have a little bit too much function as of now. I think right now they're just kind of working with people that have very, very limited function, like only can move their head and things like that. But in the future, I feel like it'll be inevitable for all of us to get it.
Yeah, you saw that thing. Are you friends with that guy? I think his name is Maldito. Maldito.
I know you're talking about Maldito Arnito.
Yes, that's my man. Yeah, you saw that he posted that thing. I think it's in Japan. They're like injecting this special stem cell into necks, and it's working.
Yeah, see?
The problem is nobody's the same. Maybe their patient might have been able to stand up anyway, and like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Sometimes just luck. It might not have been the medicine. No two people are the same, so it's hard to tell what works.
Yeah, and he possibly could have already been able to walk without the stem cells
Yeah,
or
you know,
yeah.
he
So
might have been like eligible to get better, and they just didn't know it.
yeah, I've done a couple rounds of stem cells. Have you tried stem cells?
No, I thought about it, but one of my aunts like kept her embryo and everything. What's that thing called? The uh, I'm talking
The
about. Yeah,
embryonic stem cells?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, the stem. The
Placenta?
yes, sir, that's it.
Yeah,
Couldn't think,
okay.
but she offered
So
it. But I'm scared to try it, only because I've heard they're cancerous. If you have cancer, they jump on cancer,
yeah,
which
it
is.
could make the cancer worse.
But I mean, you gotta die from something, I guess.
Yeah. So
Why not swing it?
risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah, I like that. I say it all the time.
Have you traveled much since your injury? Let's
Only
transition a little bit into travel.
I only drove and we went to Florida. From Delaware to Florida, it's probably 17 hours. We stayed in Florence and then kept going to Tampa. So we were in the car. I can't tell you about airplanes or nothing. I'm scared to do that. I don't know if you've tried, but I don't want my wheelchair broke. The hotel I stayed in was very accessible. Um, the arena, where'd I go? Raymond James Stadium. That whole place was so accessible. Um, but that's my traveling experience. I haven't gone too far. Just a
Okay.
few hotels and riding around Tampa Bay, which I found to be very accessible.
Okay, so good travel experience.
Yeah, it was nice.
Okay, so you have any dream vacation spots if accessibility wasn't a factor?
Yeah, dude, I definitely want to at least visit Cali one time. I got to get over there. Or maybe like Texas. I have a cousin over there.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Shout out to Texas, Cali. If
What
if
about,
you could teleport anywhere, where are you going?
oh, teleport. Let's see what's up.
Anywhere in the world.
I have no clue, dude.
Yeah. Is there anything that you want to see?
I'm probably going, if I could teleport, I'm going to the island somewhere. Maybe Jamaica, Bahamas.
Yeah. Okay. Somewhere tropical.
That's right.
All right. This has been a fire episode so far. I want to get into some rapid fire questions.
I'm ready.
All right. So, what's your biggest fear?
Probably falling out of my chair somewhere,
Okay.
like not being found.
What's one superpower that you would take instantly?
the ability to read minds.
Okay. That's a good one. If you had a dream dinner guest, alive or dead, from any time, you know, who would you have as your dream dinner guest?
Hmm. I'm taking the 500,000. I'm not going with Jay-Z. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna take maybe Brady, dude.
Okay. Is there a quote that you live by?
Hmm. Um, I can't say there is. I don't know. Slow and steady. I like that one. Slow and steady wins the race.
I like that. Is there one thing you want to experience before you go in this life?
Hmm. Yeah, I would like, even though I'm not an Eagles fan, technically, I would like to go to an Eagles playoff game. Crazy. Maybe a Super Bowl.
Yeah, they have some of the craziest fans too. So
Yeah, they're nuts. It's only fun to join in sometimes.
that'd be wild. All right. Well, we just hit the 36-minute mark. Short and simple, but sweet podcast. It's our, uh, first time meeting up. I hope that I can have you up, catch up and update
Yeah, dude,
on, soon in another episode. But
it's been real
that,
fun.
what was that?
I said it's been real fun, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but that's a wrap, Wayne. I appreciate you coming on today's episode, brother. Hell of a conversation, uh,
Yeah.
powerful insight, and I know people listening needed this and learned a lot from you. Before we sign off, tell everyone where they can find you.
Check out my Instagram. Name is No Bueno. NOBWAYNEO. And I have a YouTube channel called Power Chair Poppy, all one word. I don't use it much, but you can check it out. I want to get active on it eventually, but I just want to find the right thing to post. Maybe I'll talk to you about that sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. We can talk all about it, man. Here after this episode 2 ends, we can talk a little bit. But you always got me in the DMs, and maybe one day we even meet up and link up or something like that.
Hell yeah, pretty close, dude. Not too far away.
Not too far. So y'all heard it, folks. Make sure to follow Wayne, show some love, subscribe to him, and support everything he's building. All his links are going to be down in the description. And as always, the Stormcast is everywhere you find podcasts. So subscribe on YouTube, drop a 5-star review on Spotify, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Rumble. You can also support us on Patreon. All links are going to be down below. Again, thank you again, Wayne, for joining today's episode. Short and sweet, but I'm sure the audience loved it. And yeah, hopefully I can have you on another episode update in the future, man.
Yes, sir, man. It's been great. Awesome to meet you, man.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, and see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Later, man.